In this video, I'm going to tell you the truth about making Hijra to Morocco no one tells you. So first of all, let me just tell you, if you are thinking of making Hijra to Morocco, you're not the first. Many people have made that move. Some people have struggled, some people have gotten help and got here the easy way. But regardless, the point is, as long as you have a stable source of income or savings or something that can sustain you and the will to move, it will happen, inshallah. You just have to take the action, the steps. You need to make movement, right? You can't expect things to happen when you say tomorrow. But I'm sure you're not that kind of person, and that's why you're on this video right now. So one of the truths that no one tells you is, when you're in Morocco, you will not be financially stressed. And what do I mean? Obviously, everyone's situation and circumstances are different. But what I mean by this is, if you are earning a salary that's normal for you in Canada, America, the UK, or even a tiny bit less, and you've taken that salary, so you work online, and now you're using it in Morocco, you will not be financially stressed. Why? Because for a family of 4, you can make do, pay your expenses for like $1,000 a month. I'll say it in dollars, just so you can understand. So, for example, if you're earning, let's say $3,000 or $4,000 a month, right, and your expenses are only $1,000 a month, it means each month you're making equivalent to 3 or 4 months worth of living. Okay, so that's what I mean by lack of financial stress. Back in the UK or America, it might be paycheck to paycheck. We might save a few $100s or pounds a month. And the truth is, in Morocco, if you're earning a good income, your money goes way further. Like I said, $1,000 a month. That's amazing. But another truth you have to understand is, yes, Morocco's cheap, but it's not free. Many people have this idea that when they come to Morocco, all they'll need is like £200 a month and they can live like a king. No, because I've actually had people ask me, is £300 a month enough, or $400 a month? No, it's not. You can live maybe like in a rundown apartment, eating vegetables every day. Yeah, you can. But is that how you're really used to living? Is that how you want to live? Can you actually sustain that? The truth is, most of us can't, especially coming from the West. We're soft. We're not used to the difficult life. We've always had food, alhamdulillah. We always eat, almost every meal we eat some meat. And obviously I'm speaking in generalities here. Everyone's different. But generally speaking, we have had very comfortable lives, and we are not used to, struggling or skimping. So I would say prepare before you come. Have at least like 6 months to a year worth of savings for Morocco. So $6,000 to $10,000, and have a stable job, and everything will be smooth, inshallah. Another truth is the paperwork, and I've talked about this in other videos, but when it comes to paperwork, it's long, it's stressful, and it is time consuming. On top of that, there are delays, and it takes some time to process everything. So you can expect to wait and require more documents, etc. So that's if you want to set up residency here, right? And by the way, I do offer a service where I team up with a lawyer. So check the link in the description if you're interested for a free consultation. But anyway, so yeah, paperwork can be a headache if you're looking to set up residency here. And you know what? I've actually done this myself. It's called visa hopping, where you actually jump from Morocco to a place called Ceuta, which is in Spain. Okay, it's in Morocco technically, but it's a Spanish territory, right? And you can technically go there every 3 months to renew your visa in Morocco. You can do it indefinitely, right? Now, the truth about that is, there's so many things to say, so bear with me. So I done it like 4 or 5 times. Number one, it's not a big deal, but it is stressful. The journey, especially if you're not next to, because it's close to Tangier or Tetuan, like an hour away. If you're not close to there, it's a whole long day going and coming, okay? Especially if you have kids, it's hot. You have to take either a train or a taxi. It can even be expensive if you start adding up, every 3 months you have to spend $300 or $400 to do a simple trip just to renew, your visa, which is an unnecessary expense and stress. On top of that, knowing that your visa is about to run out, your tourist visa, and it's 3 months, right? You're going to have to kind of have that in the back of your mind. And if you miss the date, oh my God, the fines. It's quite a lot. For each day you overstay, you have to pay, I can't remember the exact amount, but it's a lot. So you don't want to go through that stress. So I highly recommend you set up official residency. You get a residency card. You can stay here. Well, for the first time, you can stay here for a year. And then after that, inshallah, you can stay, like, I think it's 2 years, then 4 years, then all the way up to 10 years. And even you can get like the citizenship. So don't have it in your mind where you're going to take yourself or you and your family to SEPTA every time and come in. Well, you can't do that forever. Trust me. It's a temporary solution. Another issue is when things like COVID happen or laws can change suddenly and they'll say, well, you can only stay in Morocco for 6 months as a tourist. You're going to have issues. Mitigate those issues by doing it properly. That's the truth many of you need to hear now. Another thing you probably should know is the masjid culture here. I'm going to compare it to the UK and obviously here in Morocco. It's not the same. Masjids here are everywhere. Of course, that's amazing. You hear adhan, it's beautiful, it's amazing. The masjid, in my experience, maybe you guys have gone to different mosques, but most masjids are there just for your 5 daily prayers. It's not really a community hub, like you'd say in the UK, where there's like a gym upstairs, people chill, there's youth there. Like, it's not the same, okay? So, in my opinion, the community you get in the UK is far better because it's more like a hub, a center, right? Where you can actually chill, not just pray, right? In Morocco, it's usually just praying. There are some mosques, yes, that obviously there is more of a community, 100%, I completely agree. But generally speaking, if you have your local mosque, it's just for prayer and going to pray and coming home. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you are looking for that kind of mosque vibe that you get in the UK where everyone's, chatting, maybe even doing sports in the mosque and there's like different floors, community center type thing. No, it's more of a traditional mosque here. Yes, they do have activities for kids sometimes, like Quran and etc. And that's great. And you can always find the right mosque, but you have to kind of really look for the right mosque. That makes sense. So just expect it. Don't expect it to be the same way you are. Another thing people never actually care to mention, and this didn't affect me, but it may affect you and your family, I don't know, but that's emotionally adjusting. Now, whenever you move, especially to live in a foreign land, you can suffer from homesickness. You can suffer from another sickness, I don't know what to call it, but when you complain about everything. So the sun could be shining, everything could be perfect, but there might be one or two things you don't like, right? And that overshadows all the beauty, all the spectacular things Morocco has to offer. And sorry to say, people start to cry about it and they don't see things clearly, right? That's another thing you'll have to bear in mind, that it's possible emotionally or mentally you're not a person who can make Hijra. But Hijra is not for everyone. You have to remember that. But it should be for everyone. If it's not for you, then I personally think you need to fix something within yourself. Because living in... no, I'm not bashing Western countries. I'm from London. I love London. But it's getting less and less comfortable for Muslims to live. Let's be honest, okay? When it comes to the LGTV, when it comes to just, eating halal food, yes, there's halal food, but it's not like here, where everything's halal, right? During the adhan, the safety issues, there's so many issues, and it unfortunately is breaking down. Society is breaking down, right? Me personally, I don't want to live in a broken society, right? No matter how much I love the UK, I can't change it. I can speak about it, I can try to make it better, but changing it, it comes from the top down, unfortunately. I don't believe it comes from the bottom down, especially with the kind of the way things are set at the moment. But I could be wrong. I probably am wrong, but Allah A'lam, God knows best. Everything is possible to change, but just this headache, right? Just come to problem. Now, I moved to Japan actually, and I lived there for 11 years. It was like a hijrah before the hijrah, right? To another non-Muslim country, but it was amazing. I mean, Japanese people are Muslims without the Islam in terms of their etiquettes, their manners, their cleanliness, etc. Now, many foreigners, like Americans, Brits, whoever goes there to teach English, a lot of them suffer from homesickness. Why? Culture is different, language is different, and they start to feel lonely. People aren't as social. So if you're moving here on your own, for example, you might feel that if you don't start to make friends with, other expats, other brothers, other sisters, whoever you are, and start to integrate a bit and mix. Because it can be lonely, and us humans, we are social creatures. We are, made to be with other people. Even if you're an introvert, you still require some form of interaction with others. So bear in mind, if you're not a social person and you've kind of got your network set up where you are, you will need to step out of your comfort zone to avoid feeling depressed and stressed and feeling homesick. Another truth that you must know is that in Morocco, and I mentioned this is particularly relevant to major cities like Casablanca, Rabat, Tangier, Marrakesh, you can get most of your 99% of the amenities you get in the Western world or developed nations. Shopping malls, you get good restaurants, you get entertainment, plus you get good weather and beaches. You get things maybe you don't get in, say, the UK. I'll always compare it to where I'm from, right? London. So anything you need, any kind of comfort you have, you can get here, okay? Yes, with some exceptions, but generally speaking, it's not this idea people have where it's just like Chefchaouen, the Blue City, or Marrakesh, the bazaars and alleyways and everything's old. No, it's not. Yes, the beauty of Morocco is you do have that side. So you can go there, you can experience the beautiful culture, the ancient culture of Morocco. You can try the mint tea on top of a roof in Marrakesh, beautiful with the palm trees. But at the same time, you could go to a multi-floor modern shopping mall and do your shoppings at, I don't know, Zara or whatever, Dior, whatever they have here. Yeah. I don't buy that stuff, but yeah, just so you understand what I mean. It's not far removed. You can have the best of both worlds. Right now, Morocco is a golden ticket, I'm telling you guys. If you've been here on holiday, you know what I mean, right? If you haven't, I highly advise you come here on holiday first. Have a look and you'll understand what I mean. If you're ready to take that leap of faith without even seeing Morocco, which I have some clients actually ready to do that. They've never been to Morocco, but they know it's for them because you just need to know certain variables, right? Then come. Look, nowhere's a paradise, but it's as close as you're going to get for now. I'm curious, guys, if you've already made Hijra, tell me your experience. Was it a headache? Was it easy? What were the things you expected and didn't expect? I'm really, really curious to know. And on top of that, if you are thinking of making Hijra, there's always a barrier. There's always something in the back of your mind saying, no, I can't go yet because, for example, because I have a house I need to sell, because my kids are at school, because I need to sell my car, because I have work and I have to finish my contract. But to be honest, a lot of the time, my brothers and sisters, the reason people don't take that leap to make Hijra is because of fear of the unknown. It's not because they can't do it. It's because we make excuses. For example, if you want to go out to the gym and it's raining, it's raining, I can't go today. If it's sunny, it's too hot, I can't go today. Maybe you just don't want to go to the gym because you're afraid of the pain. Now, it's the same thing with making Hijra. It is difficult if you don't have help. It doesn't have to be. It could be easy for you. Allahu A'lam. I'm not going to speak about the future. But for me and for many other people who've done it on their own, it was difficult. In the end, I had to get a lawyer. And like I said, that's why I created the service to help you guys come here stress-free. And obviously, you can do it on your own, no problem. But I highly recommend you get here somehow while it's still relatively easy before it gets too popular. If you do have any questions, comment below. And I will see you on the next one. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.